Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Chanel in the City. I'm your host, Chanel Omari, and we're here at Cubico Studios with one of my favorite stars of my favorite show on Bravo TV right now, Shahs of Sunset. Please welcome my girl, MJ, aka Mercedes Javid. Am I pronouncing it right?
Of course you are.
I have
yes.
the Persian in me.
Thank you for having. Yes, you sure do.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure, always.
And you look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. And I'm loving the blonde, and I'm loving the natural aspect of the roots being involved because that's how we're making wigs these days.
You're loving that, right? So
Absolutely.
I'm changing my hair. Shout out to my hair colorist Christian from New Best Salon and Spa, which by the way, we have a gift for you from them and me. We partnered up.
I'm gonna take you up on it.
It's our love treats for our special influencers and celebrities that, you know, you've always been here for us and supported us. So we want to thank you. So this is for you.
Oh my God.
And he's been changing my hair to silver. So that's why I thank you for the compliment. I didn't know if I should keep it dark roots. He said the same thing you said. He's like, honey, you got to keep it dark roots.
It adds the dimension, Christian. We are on the same page.
MJ, take it from MJ because I love your sense of style and your fashion.
Thank you.
What are you wearing today?
So I'm actually wearing head to toe. This is Fashion Nova. This is Fashion Nova. And then my shoes are Gucci. And my bag is Balenciaga. You always combine the two, high and the low end. And I think it's much more realistic for me to buy items of clothing that I think may not be, they might be kind of a temporary piece.
Right.
Then I'm always going to try and find the low end.
Right.
And that way, when I give it away or when I've outgrown it, because sometimes, especially now because of the gram, if you take a picture and you post it, then all of a sudden your eyes are tired of an outfit. So I'd rather invest in things like jewelry and a shoe and a bag, which I probably wear for a couple of years before I get tired of it.
So every girl should probably have what staple in their closet if they're on a budget.
I mean, definitely a high-waisted denim.
High-waisted denim, definitely.
With some stretch in it because then it's going to feel really comfortable and confidence comes from comfort. And I never believe that someone should leave the house feeling off. Like if you don't have a sense of being able to get through your whole day feeling good about what you're wearing, then go back, change it until you feel 100.
Totally. Like today, my outfit was inspired by you because I felt like MJ would want me to feel comfortable in my own skin. And so, you wear the clothes can't wear you. So I agree with that 100%. I think we get that from you because you're very confident with whatever you pick and whatever you wear. So I love that.
You know, if that's one of the best parts about having the platform of reality TV, especially after all of these years, and it hasn't been easy for me. You know, the first season up to the present has just been a series of we're calling problems challenges, right? It's not easy to cope with fertility issues, finding love, my father's decline in health, my mom and my dynamic with her and the group and the friends and my own growth and my own fears and all of the strife that comes with life. I know that we rebrand a lot to be really positive, but it's true. When you realize and appreciate how much power there are in words, I think you really want to live that life. Be about the life of positive thinking.
I love that. And that's when we brought this back together, not even for ads or whatnot. I really thought about who do I want to send someone with love who encompasses strength and love. And you are that person because I don't know if I could get through what you've gone through with grace. It's tough to be a friend, but then it's tough to be accused of things. It's tough to be a mom. It's tough to be a wife. So you're going through all these things.
Yes.
And I think we relate to you a lot. And so that's why also we have a heart for you. And that's what it's all about. And you're very vulnerable and very open.
Yes.
That's what I love about you. You're very open. You're very real.
Yeah.
So talk to us about season 8 and what's in store for you and how hard was it, but also how beautiful is it because you have baby Shams.
You know, this is a dream come true. I'm living a dream that I thought was never possible. I definitely did not think that, oh my God, I just said I'm definitely not getting married. And I just got a flashback because that's what I was saying to myself.
Right.
I'm not going to find love. I'm not going to find marriage. I'm not going to be able to start a family. But honestly, I am such a optimistic person that all the way through this process, I said, it is going to happen. I am going to have. So one of the things that I have shared, obviously, was a very difficult pregnancy.
Right.
And at every turn, even if I was sitting with a doctor and he was telling me, you have a really high chance for miscarriage. And I see Tommy's face. He's terrified. He believes that a possibility means that we're going to, God forbid, have this loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, no. Believe in God. I started to meditate, and meditation is something you have to practice at in order for it to become meaningful for you. You have to be consistent with it and believe in it in order for it to pay you back, is how I say. Like, as soon as you start to do something on a regular basis, it starts to stick. So I really think that the best way to go forward every single day is that everything that you set out to do, from the minute that I wake up in the morning, I know that I could wake up thinking, oh, fuck. Or I could be like, I'm so blessed to have this day. We're so lucky to wake up. With the unfortunate and untimely passing of Kobe, his daughter, that whole family, the pilot, everybody, we are reminded of how fragile and precious our time on this planet is. So you better believe, when I look at that baby, I'm thinking I'm going to give him the best position of optimism and positivity. And we do that with smiling. We do that with positive messages. Like, instead of, I flip the script from anything that could be anxiety or self-doubt, I flip it with, like, I got this. We're going to get through this. This is going to be so fun. And that whistle while you work mentality that I think we learned in Walt Disney, fairy tales, it really works.
So even if there's blockings, even when, people say in this industry, oh, there's people out to get me, or I didn't get this role, or I didn't get this, thing because of another castmate, you don't believe in that. We shouldn't believe in that, right? We shouldn't give it life.
I think there's got to be a learning lesson from everything. So no matter what happens, there's the woe is me side, or the, okay, I'm going to use this to understand where I'm coming from and all of the people around me so that I can make this a learning experience, and have faith that there's a message in this life experience that will help us get through the next one and help us guide other people that go through things.
Right, because we're not just here. Sorry,
Should I just say that I'm the worst at accepting gifts, but I'm so excited
I'm so excited for you to have that.
Into
by
that.
The way.
Yes, thank
not
you
to change
so
gears,
much.
But this is our special treats. It's Chanel in the City headpieces. We infuse them with crystals from India, so spirituality for a princess like you, because you're not a princess, you're a queen. And so that's from one of our lines, and for supporting the podcast. And I feel like I've been encouraged because of you, to be honest. So for all people who don't know, we go way back.
Yes.
We go Corey Hay days back. We've been friends.
Yes.
We're like Iranian sisters for another mister.
All right.
And
absolutely.
you've always taught me, like, no matter what, Chanel, just khalas, put it out of your head and be positive. You're one of only the friends that I've had that have been like, just keep going, just
go for it.
And come
absolutely.
from love.
Yes, absolutely. And passion.
And so we'll get to this, but you'll open up. So those are treats for you, just for you to have a day for you.
I'm so excited.
And they're one of the best spas in Long Island. So when you come back one day, we'll treat you, for yourself all
excited.
day. So let's get back to this positivity. I love how you come from love. So season 8, how hard was it to be positive when let's talk about the first episode. You're being accused for setting Reza up and your friendship with him. Talk to us about where you stand, first of all, and talk to us about also, how do you keep positive? Because I would have a lot of anxiety knowing that, and being really hurt. Not forget the anxiety, just
it's true.
Hurt.
One of the things about the hurt side of it is, culturally, we are told to keep your chin up, to keep a stiff upper lip. There's not a lot in our culture that says stop and be sad and mourn and show weakness and show vulnerability. None of those things are what my parents taught me or that we are taught culturally. So it is difficult, because I notice that I will want to be strong, instead of stop and say, wait a minute, what's happening around me? So one thing is that it's a big surprise. Life is full of curveballs.
Right.
How did we get here? How did this happen? I realized that there are a lot of different people's point of views that are like going through things, and not everyone is where you're at. So motherhood has changed me. Motherhood starts in the process of IVF, when you completely turn yourself inside out. You drain your bank account to, go through IVF and get the fertility medication, and you drain your body because you're giving everything to retrieve eggs and make embryos. My husband, my then boyfriend, thought I was nuts, right? So that came with its challenges. But that was the beginning of motherhood. Getting pregnant, you immediately prioritize everything else over that. So clearly, I knew that I am not necessarily able to relate to some of the people in my life on my cast, because they also may not be able to relate to me. They're on their own path.
Right.
They're going through their own experiences. And the most important thing for me to recognize is that simple thing. It's that simple. If we are meant to come back around and have an understanding, as you watch the show, you're going to see so much more than what's been shown in the preview, obviously, or what's been shared on social media.
Sure.
So, we start with, like you said, the first episode. I had very different plans for this year.
Right.
And from how it turned out. I thought, this is going to be such a great season of the union of us as a friend. It is the season of change. You've got Mike has a brand new, he's stepped into not only the girl, but he stepped into family mode with 2 children. You've already seen that part, right? So with 2 children, so it's insta family. And then there's me and Goldnessa that are down the path. She's doing it in a very different way from me because she's doing it on her own.
Right. You guys are actually, that's crazy too, that you were pregnant at the same time and the baby's and born at around the same time, right? Will she do?
Not yet.
We don't know yet, but
Not
still
yet.
It's around very close.
Yes, you're going to see her journey,
right,
which is also going to help a lot of people and give strength to a lot of people. So my headspace is like, wow, we're like all evolving so much. And I'm, if someone else isn't quite evolving, then either I'm going to be able to help them or we're going to have to go in 2 different directions.
Which is very mature of you, because I feel like it doesn't matter what age you are, right? Or whether you're a mother or you're not. Sometimes you cannot grow up. Like I know some, that's very grown up of you, because I know some moms who still are stuck in this mentality of, I'm going to feed the beast. I'm going to engage. And you're saying, no, I'm not coming from a bad place. I'm wishing you well, but I'm also removing myself for my own sanity.
Right. First of all, I have Tommy in my life. He's a beautiful human being with his own set of emotions and his background and his life experience. So it isn't just about me making a choice by myself. I have a whole other person that helps and teaches and guides us as a married couple. So that's one of the things that's different about me, wanting to be compassionate and learn how to be the best wife, to be the best mother, to be the best friend, all of those things. And if sometimes when you don't grow together as friends, you will begin to notice, well, this is actually a loss, because you start to mourn the loss of a friendship if you're growing in 2 different paths. And hey, I think I read somewhere this week that if you really want to know who your friends are, get pregnant. Oh my God.
That's so good.
I thought to myself,
that's a really good quote. I haven't heard that before.
Because I'm the type of person that will say, initially I'll say, no, everything's always going to be great. Everyone's always going to be fine. Everyone's going to understand each other. But then what about the friends that I know when I was the single girl and not married and with no children, my married with children friends would expect the world to revolve around them. You have to go when they want to, where they want to, what time they want to. It's all by their rules.
You don't matter if you're single, pretty much.
You don't matter.
You don't matter, pretty much.
And then I thought, to be honest, I said, I want to make that accommodation because I don't have the children. I'm going to slip in to do what's easier. But if you, let's say in terms of growing together, if you're not genuinely invested and interested, and if you really want to understand what love and caring another friend means, you inconvenience yourself for that friendship. For if you really have a sister, a friend who is, whether you're flesh and blood or not, the adjustments that you make, you genuinely want to make them.
Right.
So that is how we live and learn to be really compassionate. You make concessions, you make those compromises from your heart, truly from your heart. And if you have a disagreement, truly from the bottom of your heart, you want to come together on that disagreement and learn and grow together from it.
I love that. I feel like we all need to learn that.
Hopefully.
Because it's, and listen, reality TV, the fact that you guys have still been united.
Yeah.
Does that ever get in the way that you guys are evolving separately, different successes for different people, different attention?
Does
that ever get in the way?
It's difficult with reality TV because you have an audience perspective that does get to see, let's say, 10 hours of your life out of a year.
Bingo, right.
Know?
But that no one articulates it like that.
Right.
You get the audience part, and they only get to see a certain amount of you.
Right.
And then you get.
But then we have things like this medium where the two of us are sitting down together and we're talking about things that are outside of the dimension of a show that's very entertaining, very relatable.
Right.
And it's basically, hopefully, we are teaching people the beautiful things about our culture that are very universal in other cultures as well as ours.
Exactly. Right. It's not just about the drama and the entertainment. It's about more than that. It's about
we're a family too.
Yeah.
This is not just a group of friends. We are a family. I know that the love that we have for each other is just like family love. The dysfunction
right.
if you will, is just like family. And whenever something happens for one person, we are there for each other. We're supposed to be there for each other. And if there's a disagreement, I always have the hope that we're going to figure it out together so that we can continue to thrive, together.
What's your advice to people out there that are in the public eye, how to deal with Instagram trolls or Instagram negativity, social media?
Don't read it. First of all, if it's going to affect you, which most people are not going to be able to laugh everything off.
Right.
So stay off of it. My husband reads Facebook, and apparently that's really, really, really mean and toxic. So I'm like, well, then just don't go to that page and focus on your own content, what you want to put out.
Right.
And if you stay there, that's a very sunny branch to be on. And then you don't have to get dragged down or obsess over someone else who's just like laughing, having a blast, just like blasting other people. And they're usually doing it under some, no photograph, no
name.
It's
no like an
profile.
underscore too. Like
right. It's private. There's 14
private.
Followers or whatever. So you have to take it with a grain of salt.
I love that. What do you think it takes to be successful in the entertainment industry?
I think you should love what you do. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be authentic. I think there is a balance between being a good listener, picking your battles, being realistic about the fact that if you're not cut out for this, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. For me, it seems very natural for me to share all of my challenges that other people may not feel comfortable to share. So it's like, well, that's why I'm here, because I never feel embarrassed about the problems that I've had. I never feel like I need to hide these things. I want to show the imperfection. I want to show the struggle. I want someone else to watch it and not feel alone.
Yeah, and that's what you've done that.
There's so much loneliness in the world. There's so many people that may not have anybody else in their life. And maybe there were times that I didn't either. I could be looking at someone else's experience and saying, okay, I connect with that person right then and there. And if it weren't for that person that I'm connecting to, then I wouldn't have had any other place in the world to find, learn, grow, make a phone call and, do something. I had a beautiful woman, and you know where it was? We were at the brunch at it was the pre-Grammy party. It was like Jay-Z and Beyonce, Rihanna.
The brunch, or
I know
what you're talking about, but I forget the name.
It was the Rock Nation
The
brunch.
okay, Rock. That's bougie. I
don't even. Yeah, my friend Tracy Field, who's a costume designer, got the invite, and so when this beautiful woman came up to me and she said, "Because of you, I got my shit together. I froze my eggs," and I was like, "This is my favorite part of the day."
Yeah.
And thank you for pulling me aside in this bougie environment where maybe she wasn't going to, but because she did, then I thought to myself, you know what? Today was not just a bougie, like there's Rihanna, there's Chance, like,
there's Jay-Z.
Everybody.
That's
Puffy,
amazing.
everybody. Gashi, everybody.
That's when you could be like, bitches, I made it to the top.
I was like, not a bad way to spend an afternoon.
Yeah. But that is the best thing. I think that listen, for me, the reason I get into entertainment in general, whether I'm hosting or on the radio or TV, I ultimately want to entertain.
Yes.
And I get inspired by women like you who are like, screw all the bullshit and stop limiting yourself and do what you want to do and put your mind to it. And it's okay that you come from a minority. And it's okay that, look, I'm Persian, Israeli, Colombian. I didn't know that was okay to be so okay with that in the secular world until I watched you guys and gone through what you've gone through, and you're cool and you're smart and you're beautiful and you're all these things. And I do think it takes a certain person to be fearless, I guess, in this industry. Would you say?
Yes, fearless is so important because you have to be unrealistic when you dream. You have to be sky's the limit when you're thinking about what you want. We have so many debilitating thoughts and internal conversations of self-doubt. It's like, that's not going to get you nowhere.
Right.
That, I promise you, will keep you with your ass glued to the couch, just thinking about it, thinking if you're ever going to do it and not following through. So just going for it is all it's about.
Did you ever think you would be in the situation, but be like 8 seasons in when they came to you with Shahs? Like, did you think this was like, okay, 1 season, 2 seasons?
No. I think that I was going with it, and I was prepared to always stay grounded about who I was, whether there is a show or not. So it's important to keep your friends, to keep your feet on the ground, to keep your day job, to keep your ego. I mean, I don't think that there's really an accomplishment in being on a successful show other than being yourself and continuing to be yourself. And there happens to be a camera there. I think that's why, I don't consider myself a celebrity. I think it's almost ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You should just say public figure.
But it's like literally, even when you walk in, it's like you really are down to earth. You don't expect, you're genuine about it. You like really don't expect people to think that you're a celebrity. But it's crazy because it's 8 seasons in and you're always in the media.
I mean, if I was a musician who has written songs,
why is that different? So you don't find that hierarchy a little like a bullying? Not you. I'm saying when people say, well, you're only a reality star. See, I find that demeaning because I feel like a reality star is just as, people are going to say things about this, but are just as equivalent as working hard as a musician, no? It's the same shit.
I think that the people who inspire are, that's what it's all about. It's like, for me, there's a lot of humanity in reality TV, and that is why we're here today.
Yeah.
Because we are inspiring people. We are a support system. I watch reality TV for my support system.
Right.
I watch it to unwind. I count the minutes sometimes when the baby is down. I had a stressful day. I want to be entertained by something I'm watching on Bravo.
Do you have any favorite show on Bravo?
Are you kidding me? I watch everything on Bravo.
I love it.
I probably will watch every single thing at least twice. And when I've gone through the DVR, I might flip it to E, but then it's like back to Bravo because,
that's amazing.
It's like it's escapism. It's relating to somebody's story. It's entertaining because we're very, very sassy, and we serve it up. I love to see the fashion. I love to see just someone's situation that I'm basically like saying, no, I'm not an artist that's writing a song, but in the same way that someone gets through a breakup with like a song, I can also get through grieving my dad or
freezing your eggs,
or many journeys of our lives,
which I love too. Like this. So this season, who are the closest? Do you have a close person that you're closest with?
Oh,
Is it
that's
not
so
really
crazy. You
like
know,
that?
I think so. I was recovering and I wasn't with the group that much this season.
Right.
So, Nima, Shervin are the top two people that I think that I felt that I wasn't being judged by.
And that genuinely loved, like wanted there to be there for you.
Yes, and I really, I'm looking forward to watching the season because I feel like I need to see what happened.
Right.
Very much so. I think that everyone, maybe not everybody, but definitely me, I want to see what the heck was happening when I was,
Recovering.
and,
Was
when you came back
had
into
to
the
be
scene.
tough, right? To recover to and deal with TV? Or
Yeah,
is that
you
kind of
just, it's
something like,
no, it was a duality AF. Like the
right.
most insane, surreal duality is beautiful newborn baby at home with your beautiful husband, and then the greatest loss of friendship for something that seemed ridiculously, I guess, a misunderstanding and lack of communication, and
That's good.
hard to process.
Hard to
Very, very
process.
raw. This season, all of us have so much at stake and so much going on. We are all so raw, especially me. I mean, I don't know who is more vulnerable than a brand new mom.
Yeah, but don't you also feel like sometimes because people are seeing you guys achieve your success and evolve, it's also jealousy coming from the outside and not necessarily from the inside?
Well, we got that evil eye
Yeah,
on every Middle Eastern. It's becoming also very mainstream. When I started to see like Kyle Richards wearing an evil eye, I was like, oh, okay, someone Middle Eastern gave it to her so that she could protect herself. So, we always have that superstition that I believe 100%, just wish well, send good thoughts, get good thoughts. If you think the word hate, just replace it with the word love and send them love, send them light, and I swear you'll get filled up with something better than, the second prior, because negative thoughts are really powerful.
They're powerful. And I think that that's the lesson today, is that we have to, every time we think negatively, I'm going to start thinking MJ's positive reaffirmations, right? You should do I swear you should have classes, because people should TED Talks.
I'm so
MJ
down
for TED Talks.
I'm
because
so down.
Seriously, putting that in the universe, because that's something we can all learn from, and that we need our lives to get better with all the bullshit going around.
Yeah, it's hard.
How do you balance motherhood and being a full-time career woman? Does it ever get easier?
Okay, so every day is different, right? So you think you figured something out, and there's a new stage that the baby's going through, or there's, oh, you didn't sign up for preschool yet? You were supposed to sign up 2 years before he was born. So I just try to take a breath. I'll talk to my dad. I will literally stop and breathe. I'll count. I will say something very, very positive to myself, because believe me, a rush of anxiety wants to come in.
Right. That's what I was going to say. How do you stop it?
In those moments, I will also not only will I say things to myself, but I will talk out loud around the house. My husband will say that I'm crazy. My assistant Sienna will say that I'm crazy. They laugh at me. I don't care. Make fun of me. I come from a household with my dad's side of the family where we make fun of each other all day long, and it works, and it keeps the mood up,
Right.
So I just do it that way. And I also found that sitting on the floor with my son, it physically makes me feel more like a child. When I was kind of hating the way that my arms felt, because I had gained weight being on bed rest for a majority of my pregnancy. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make love to my arms. The exact parts that I think I don't like, I'm going to slather on a beautiful product that's going to make me feel like I am loving on myself. And that works. It's so simple. And it's all of these ways that work.
Just treating yourself with love and kindness.
Yes, I'll massage the thighs, and then if I see a dimple in my thighs, I'll be like, it's such a cute little dimple. This dimple kept me company while I was in bed, for 9 months not working out. And then I see someone else who's 10 months pregnant and they're doing squats and God knows what kettlebell. And I'm like, That's okay. That's for her. I could be over here we're good over here.
Yeah.
We'll handle it.
But that's such a great attitude. We all need that attitude in life, you know, because there's so much negativity that we need to push it away.
Absolutely.
And
Amen.
that's why you're a pro, amen, and you're going strong. Well, I was going to say, is there a formula for being, so there was a fan that asked me, is there a formula for being longevity as a reality star? I mean, is there really?
Keeping it real with yourself.
Okay.
You know, you hold a mirror to yourself all the time. So you're going to keep evolving. And
Right.
I think that's an important part of staying interesting and staying relevant is that you have something that you're offering the people who are watching you. They're not watching somebody be the same person that they were when they first met them. So you grow together with the people that you relate to on TV.
I love that. Yeah, because that's really, I feel like you can't help if a season's canceled or not, but in this sense, you guys stuck together, you were a group.
Yes.
And you were yourselves.
Yes.
And how about the newbies? What are your advice to people who are newbies on reality shows that come in like mid-season?
I love what Jennifer Aiden is doing on Real Housewives of New Jersey. She doesn't give any F's.
I know, I love her.
She does her own thing. That is a person that is like a perfect example of like, she doesn't need any advice because she knows that she's just going to be unapologetically herself. She's very good TV, very entertaining to watch. She's got a lot of that polarizing shock factor, right?
Yeah.
So somebody like her doesn't need any advice. And if honestly you come in and you're really not finding your way, I think that might mean that you might not be cut out for it.
Right. Like, I like when you're saying, like, at least be real with yourself. Like, because there's other avenues you can take. So if you're not cut out for reality TV, maybe do a podcast, maybe do something else that you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
But try to do it in different avenues because you might not succeed with that avenue. And then you're going to say to yourself, why am I not making it?
Right.
It's for some people and it's not for others, you know? So that's good advice.
Doing what you love.
How do you feel now? Where do you stand with Destiny? Because I know we have more. So we have more episodes, by the way. They can check out Shahs of Sunset every Sunday night.
Yes, every Sunday night.
My favorite
Shahs
night.
Of Sunset.
So keep those blues, those Sunday scaries away because you got Shahs of Sunset,
That's
8 Central.
Yes.
PM. We're I've been in third episode now. Or maybe I'm advanced. The first episode premiered this past Sunday night.
No, we're on episode 2.
2. Sorry. So I'm ahead.
Yes.
I got it sent.
Okay, so you have to watch every episode on time, and yes, you're going to see a lot of things change. And that's why I say, like, I honestly don't know where I'm going to stand with anybody until this whole season plays out.
Right. You have to, like, actually watch it and, like, revisit, basically, moments.
I'm really interested in seeing what everyone's journey was, and if there is a path of healing toward, being united as like a really strong group of friends, then the most optimistic and hopefully optimistic thing I can say is that we will come back even stronger and better for it, each and every single one of us.
I love that. Anyone you want to bring back from past seasons?
Sammy, you and I.
Sammy, I know I was thinking about him today too. I swear he would be so good. Does he want to come back, or was it just more like
he travels a lot and he works really hard, and he is definitely in this whole entire season, and I think that he's never really left, but sometimes business endeavors, especially for a man like him, they have to prioritize that over doing what we do on Shahs. But you'll see Sammy and I all season.
Awesome.
Here.
What okay, so Chanel in the City, what are your favorite places to go when you're in New York City?
Okay, so Queens all day is how we end every single trip.
Wait, Queens like New York?
Yes. So
girl, yes.
Always. So we do basically, my husband Tommy and I start first thing in the morning at like a bagel shop, and then we go on this big walking tour, and we literally go from one place to the next, and then I have to be like, listen, let's split the rice ball so that we can have the soup at the next one. I like a lobster bisque. He likes a bagel. So like we do the food tour, and today we went to Central Park, which is absolutely magical.
Love it.
And honestly, I just could do a whole shopping trip and, do the shopping today when we were on Madison and Park, which one is the one that's right on the Yeah, Madison Avenue. Oh my God, the things I
They're
see in those
beautiful.
windows.
I know. You can't top Madison Avenue,
No.
New York City. Literally, you're right. Walking down that street with a coffee and just shopping
Yes.
is the way to go in New York.
Yes.
I don't care whether you're poor, middle class, or rich. Just
It's very
do it.
fashion forward here. I see
Very.
things I've not seen anywhere else. I saw a cashmere hooded, it was a cashmere hoodie with a skirt that actually had like a little lace inside. It was like the most beautiful scalloped French lace. I was like, this is why I need to come here and get inspired for fashion.
I love it. And dating in New York. So what would your advice to us single girls still out there
Oh,
be?
honey, I've been out of the game for so
shit.
long. I don't even know. What do you guys have to be on an app, don't you?
I mean, so like, do you recommend apps? I mean, so people were telling me about Raya, which is that celebrity app. But
Yes.
whether you're a celebrity or not, I mean, do you? I haven't had luck with apps.
Hinge.
You recommend?
Whether it's Bumble, I don't think it coffee meets bagel.
So just be
Plenty
out
of Hinge.
there is really your advice.
Be out there, be yourself, and make sure the pictures are not too conservative and not too slutty, so you're not sending off the wrong message. And I mean, it is hard, I'm sure. We all have to kiss our frogs to find our prince.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe you just have to go through a couple of them, like a little,
Yes, you'll be great.
Or maybe I'll just move to LA and hopefully
You'll
you'll
be
have
great.
friends you can introduce me to.
Remember, your problems follow you everywhere. So
Right.
if it's your issue,
Here?
then it's going to be your issue in any area code.
That's good advice. We'll
Mm-hmm.
leave it at that. Where can everybody follow you, MJ?
So follow me on every platform, Mercedes Javid, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, Mercedes Javid.
Thank you so much for being here, Mercedes.
Thank you for having
MJ,
me.
you're the best. We love you. We're rooting for you. And thank you for just being
Awesome.
such an awesome woman.
Right back at ya.
Stay tuned.